Hey, I'm Scott.
And I'm Chase. We're going to explain the Charter.
The Charter is part of the Constitution Act, which is part of the Canada Act. The Canada Act was signed by Queen Elizabeth II on April 17, 1982. It was a big part in Canada's history. The Charter is an inspiration for other countries to base their political system on, such as Russia.
So there are 9 parts in the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Fundamental freedoms, democratic rights, mobility rights, legal rights, equality rights, official language rights, multicultural rights, minority language education rights, and Aboriginal rights.
So let's start off with the fundamental freedoms. Do you know that everyone has the right to say whatever they want, no matter what it is? Also, everyone has the right to believe whatever they want. For example, all Canadian citizens have the right to choose their religion. The fundamental freedoms of Canadian citizens are there, so Canadians can have the choice to choose what they believe and to talk about their opinions.
So let's continue to democratic rights. So everybody has the right to vote for legislative assembly, and if you want, you can run for the same assemblies, for example, House of Commons. Also, legislative assemblies can't run longer than 5 years. Sometimes under severe consequences, the 5 years may be extended. Lately, there will be at least one meeting for Parliament and each legislative assembly every 12 months.
Next is what we call mobility rights. They have to do with moving in, out, and around Canada. Every person that lives in Canada has the right to move in, about, and around it. Everybody that permanently lives here can move freely between provinces and can live anywhere.
Legal rights is one of the most complicated categories. Legal rights protect you from being searched by the government or police without a valid reason. A Canadian citizen also has the right to be free of cruel or unusual punishment and the right to have a fair and quick public trial. Citizens that have the right not to be randomly arrested or detained. Also, if someone is arrested, they have the right to be informed why they're arrested and are allowed a phone call and bail. Any person that has been charged with an offense has the right to be told what they did wrong, to have a trial within a reasonable time, and to be thought of as an innocent person until proven otherwise, and to, if freed from trial, not to be tried again for the same reason. Also, if someone doesn't understand the language that the proceedings are in, they have the right to have someone translate.
We gotta admire those official language rights. There are 2 official languages in Canada, English and French. They are both treated equally. On all labels in Canada, there has to be an English label and a French label, so all Canadians are able to read them. This is only one of the examples of how Canada equally supports both languages. Canada is a very multicultural country. Got to respect that. Multicultural rights make Canada a free cultural society where all races of people and groups are accepted. No group will be discriminated, rejected, or ignored from or in Canada based on who they are, what they do, or how they look.
Minority groups need their own education rights. So we minority language education. Even though the main 2 languages in Canada are English and French, there are also some people who speak other languages such as Chinese or Japanese. There are many people in Canada like this. Many schools in Canada are French or English speaking, but there are also separate schools who speak other languages. For example, you might have a Chinese friend who goes to Chinese school on the weekend. These are separate schools from English or French ones where citizens can practice using their language. Every Canadian citizen has the right to use their own language in our country, meaning they're able to use and speak their language anywhere.